Welcome back to another episode of Fig Life. It is me, John Wineland here, and I'm here with my partner in crime, my good buddy, the one, the only, the real deal heel himself, Mr. Richie Reardon. What's up, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. We had a great show tonight on the podcast on the Wednesday Night War review. When you guys are watching this, it's probably a little bit later than that, but just got to talk some shop and get some things out of the way that we needed to do on the podcast. So let's keep this ball rolling. We are here on Fig Life. We are here to talk merchandise and talk figures, talk all the great goodness, and get rid of that stigma of grown men can't own action figures or toys or whatever the fuck, man. This is fun. This is what we do for fun. We enjoy it. No stress, no nothing like that. So let's get into it.
Yeah, man, we've had a great reception. We appreciate everybody's support. By the time you guys are seeing this, we're going to be well over our 1,000 views for the first week, which is awesome.
We thank you so much, by the way.
Yeah, totally. It's just awesome. It's been really cool. We love the reception. So thanks to everybody out there who's been watching it. Keep spreading that word for it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We really hope you guys subscribe and hit that little bell to get notified every time a new show comes up. But we like to do it. If this is your first time watching the show, go back and watch all the old ones that we have. But we always have a lot of great segments that are in it, and we try to switch them up a lot here. So we're going to open up tonight with the merch stand. So you got some great merch here that you want to kind of throw out there to everybody. This is one of your favorite things you got. I know that. And why don't you show everybody what the real deal's got for the merch stand tonight?
Yeah, so for I think we call it Gimmick Corner, right? Is that what we're doing?
Gimmick Corner, man.
So for the Gimmick Corner there, we're going to go ahead and knock it out with the WWE version of the World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold there.
Jeez, that's a big belt, man.
Yeah, it is, and it's in great shape. I got this for a hell of a deal. Guy was hard up for cash. He needed some money, so I told him I would definitely take it off his hands. And the only problem with it that I'll show right off the bat to get the bad out of the way is this nameplate here. It's got Jeff Hardy on it, which, I'm a Jeff Hardy fan, but this is god-awful. So I'm going to replace this here with a new nameplate, get it all fresh and nice, maybe put the real deal heel on it. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Is that a real nameplate, or is that like tape?
This is tape. He kind of did a makeshift one, but it's over a removable nameplate, so I can just take it off, thank God.
Oh my God. Who would do that, man?
Yeah, he kind of trashed it here, but the good thing about this belt here, you open this sucker up, and it is signed from right to left by all kinds of different stars here. You can get a good look at some of those signatures.
What do you got on there?
I will name them all off. The strap's in great shape too, by the way. I got Sheamus, Mark Henry, Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, Zeb Coulter, Jack Swagger, the Great Khali, and nope, that's Jack Swagger right there, my bad. So that's it. And did I say Jeff Hardy already? Jeff Hardy, yep.
Well, it's a pretty diverse group of talent right there. That's pretty tremendous.
Yeah, man, it's a great. I mean, for the price I paid for this thing, the shape that it's in, it's signed by people who have held the belt, given the exception of Zeb Coulter and the Great Khali there. But just a great fucking steal there for a heck of a deal. This could even be the score of the week, in my opinion. I'll go ahead and full disclosure, I picked it up for $150. So, for a metal replica, you're paying the price of a commemorative, you got the autographs, and the only money I got to put into it is a new nameplate. So at the end of the day, man, I walked away with a hell of a deal there.
Yeah, the autographs itself is worth $150 right there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd say so. Those are some of my favorite wrestlers. I mean, you got Jack Swagger doing his thing in Bellator and AEW right now. Jeff Hardy, of course, CM Punk. Those are all great superstars to have on a belt, man.
Yeah, that's pretty tight, man. I love that one there. That's a beaut, man. Who made that?
Absolutely.
Do you
know? Yeah, this is a Figures Toy Co. So it's the one that's been making the WWE belts for a very long time.
Ah, gotcha right there. There you go, man. How many belts do you have now?
Let's see. I got the WCW World Television title. Got the World Heavyweight title, the WWE take on it. I got the Attitude Era Big Eagle. I got the NXT, the first belt with the, the X, of course, which I love that belt, man. It's a pretty sweet belt. I got the Smoking Skull belt. I got the John Cena spinner belt. God. And I got I'm looking at getting an Intercontinental one right now as well, so
That's awesome, man. Which
quite a
Intercontinental are you
few.
looking at? The yellow one?
I'm looking at the yellow one, but there's a nice black one that's signed, of the old school version there. So I think I'm gonna grab that. But I also am looking at an oval one from like 2003 era. So we'll see where we go with it. I'm going for one or the other.
Awesome stuff, man. That's a beaut right there. I'm telling you, that's hell of a score for 150 bucks, man. It's pretty
I just
pristine.
totally forgot though, brother. We got the reality check tag team belts coming as well. So
Yeah, that's going to be a special for everybody when they get a chance to see that. It's all custom plated and everything. Richie, scored us a great deal for it and took care of it, man. And that's your first tag titles, right?
it's my first tag titles. You're my first tag team partner. You got Johnny Podcast and the Real Deal Heel, so I had to go big, man. Reach out there to Mateen over at ELT Belts, and man, I went all out for this, so I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited to get it, man. It's going to be the coolest thing. I don't have any of that stuff, so it's something I've wanted to get into too. I used to walk around as a kid with my little foam belt on and beat up my wrestling buddies as a kid. And I have a really awesome room in here for my studio that I have for the shows and for where I work out of. And I got all my stuff in here. People walk into my house and they come in and they look at my stuff, especially my kids' friends, which is funny. Yes, to some people, we are grown people that like to have toys and collectibles and stuff. So we hold that as a badge of honor. That doesn't insult us to say it. We really don't care. People will walk into my room in here, and I have a lot of other things I haven't even shown you, like with awards and cool things that I have for my careers and stuff. And it's like that's a cool place to go. That's why I love. I'm always in this room all the time. It's my favorite place of the house, and I love to see people's faces. And now I got that belt coming that you were so gracious enough to get, and it's going to be a cool thing. So I can't wait to show it on the show, and it's going to have a special place right here in my office and stuff. And
There you go.
there's going to be a whole wrestling room in the house this year. That's going to go up in the summertime, and it's because my son is moving out, and
Yep.
when he moves out, I love him to death. His room's always going to be there, but it's going to be a whole wrestling room that's going to be in there for all the collectibles we have and all the cool stuff. So I'm really excited to do that too. Not excited for my son to move out and go off to the military, but it's still going to be cool. And then do some other stuff. But man, I can't wait to get that in. Mateen does some great work over there. Really tremendous stuff. And where can they find him, Richie, if they want to, if anybody's interested in checking out his work?
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in getting custom work done, he does a great job. Or if you just want your traditional belts like these, he'll do anything for you. And he's a great guy. He's done some of the best customer service that I've ever seen before. He'll literally take you from the beginning stages of the belt and the whole way, send pictures to you in the development process, as well as get your take on everything and what you want done. Like for instance, our tag team belts, they're in the finishing phase of the metal plates and stuff. And he contacted me this week. He offers dual plating or gold plating, and you know he gave me the option of that. So we decided, me and you decided on the dual plating, and I think that's going to be a great finish. But my whole point to this whole thing is Mateen is just a great guy, and he treats people the way he would want to be treated as a customer, and I can't say enough about him. But you can find him on Facebook on his own personal group there, ELT Belts. So
Cool.
go ahead and give him a follow on there, and get your first belt, because if it's your first belt or your 10th or whatever the fuck, this guy will take care of you. He does great work, and it ain't no cheapie, man. So he's designed, just to give him a little bit more of a plug here. He actually designed Zack Sabre Jr.'s championship belt that people see on New
Wow.
Japan that he has. It's the Rev Pro, the English wrestling promotion out there.
Hmm.
Mateen actually designed that heavyweight title. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah,
Well, like you said, we always want to give credit out there to great people that do nice work and stuff for us and everything too. Mateen does some really quality work there on. I'm looking forward to seeing the belt. I've seen his work on his page, so definitely go find him on Facebook for the ELT. You said ELT belts.
ELT belts, yes sir.
Yep, yep. Go find him out there. And also, man, there's another great person that's helped us out too. We're always going to give credit to people that's helped us out. Eli Brazil, he's done all the graphics for my show, Wrestling with Reality, and he's going to be doing all the ones for all of our different shows and sprucing them up. And he just started his own digital concept business and digital creations. And man, look at the graphics that the new one that I have for Wrestling with Reality that I posted at the end of the show. Check out Eli's work too, man. He just opened his Facebook page called Eli's Digital Concepts. Check him out. Go give him some work. Give him some love. He'll give you a great price, and he does great work. So we always like to give credit to the people that do nice stuff for us and help us out. So we want to give them that free plug out here in the show, and hopefully you guys go check them out and see what they're doing too, because that's, the advantage is we got to give thanks to the people that do nice things for us and help us out and, give us those cool things too. So we want to roll it right back to them. Well, this week there's been a frenzy for some characters that are out there, man. And people have been fighting for these ones out here a lot and trying to get them. And they've been kind of hard to come by, man. So I'll lead it over to you from there because you linked me up you showed me when they came out, and we were scouring for a couple of days there to try to find some stuff. And, man, some cool stuff. So what do you got for the next one, buddy?
Yeah, it's unfortunate in the fig life sometimes, some wrestlers will come out that you want, some figs, and unfortunately due to distribution issues or distribution problems, you can't really find them either off the bat or at all. And these figures in particular, I didn't even know they were coming out, and usually I try to stay up on top of that shit so that we have a pretty good jump on things. These totally caught me off surprise. Matter of fact, I was scrolling through Twitter one night, and there's a fig photographer that I follow a lot. He takes his figures and he'll recreate different things that have happened in wrestling history with just his figures, and they're phenomenal pictures. But he had this pink Macho Man, and that I had never seen before, and I just chalked it up to, oh, he probably has a custom, and it looked pretty similar to the previous Macho King that was released. Come to find out, Target has exclusive figures that came out with a new series. It's the Royal Rumble Elite series, and it's the exclusives. So yeah, I jumped on the horn, got on eBay. These things were going for a freaking ridiculous prices. I saw the highest one, insane, and the highest one I saw went for $225 the first
Did
day that
somebody
they were
actually
out.
buy that?
Yes, $225.
Listen, I'm all about supply and demand, and getting, if you're a
Yeah.
seller or whatever it is, you got to get your fair value. Sometimes you got to jerk it up a little bit. I get that. Like, I understand. I'm not knocking anybody. It's your material. You want to sell it for something. We all want to make a profit, but it's a $20 figure and you're trying to sell it for $225 because at that point it's in supply and demand. There's a difference between jacking it up a little bit to make a little extra cash and being a complete asshole. And that to me is being a complete asshole. I don't know what you think about that, but that's just my opinion.
100%. I mean, if the people are dumb enough to buy it too, the responsibility's on them as well.
True.
But
True.
absolutely, the whole situation is just screwed up. Because from then on, a few days went by and they were already a third of the price. So I was going back and forth to Target at work, and I know you had stopped by a few times. We couldn't find these damn things, man. They were nowhere to be found. With the exception of a few network spotlights, that was pretty much all they had. So, what I didn't give it up, because in the fig life, if you give up, you ain't gonna get anything in life, man. So what I did is I went to Target after I gave in and bought one for $30 the night before, and I decided to look and see what they had. I located the whole series, and I picked up your own very own copy of the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Beautiful,
Pink
man.
Macho
Thank
Man,
you.
beautiful in all its glory. You are very welcome, brother. And this thing is just sweet, man. I'll go ahead and knock the best out first. Where can I start with this thing? Of course, they got a build your own interview set. So he comes with a little light here, which is pretty cool. It's nice. I'm sure with the figure photography that comes into play. This particular figure, man. Why don't you go ahead and tell them what attire this is?
I could tell every person's because I did all the research on this actually because I was looking the whole lineup there in depth before we did this tonight. I knew we were going to do it this weekend at least, so I know every backstory of all the ones here. This is 1991 Macho Man from the Royal Rumble, so it's the Royal Rumble Elite Series. So every one in this collection is all the different moments from the Royal Rumble. So this set here with the Macho Man is from the 1991 Royal Rumble. You might remember that's the Rumble where Sergeant Slaughter was taking on the Ultimate Warrior for the championship. The Ultimate Warrior was the champion at the time. Macho Man, they had a little bit of a beef there, came out and cost the Warrior the title and ended up taking his scepter as the Macho King, smashing it over the Warrior's head, and Warrior lost his belt to Sergeant Slaughter. This character inside of it, this scepter, actually, they have the scepter in there, if I recall correctly, Richie. And
Yep, right up in here.
yeah, and it's reversible, and I think it does something with like exploding, they were saying, or something like that. So it's like a cool feature to the scepter on that. But this is his 1991 getup. It's like pink and black, right, Richie?
It is gold
Purple.
with purple and silver inlay.
Yeah, if I ever quote colors wrong on here, everybody, that's because I'm colorblind. I can tell some colors, but I can't deviate them all. But that's straight up to his 1991 appearance, and that's why in that figure he has the scepter in his hand, because that's how he cost the Warrior his match, and that's what led to their career versus career match at WrestleMania 7.
Yeah, such a beautiful figure, and they did, the pictures that you showed me of it, him attacking Warrior. This is just iconic, Macho Man with his get-ups that he had there. I wish like hell, man, because I'm a color-coded kind of guy, that it was all pink, but this is, Macho Man did that shit. He mixed his outfits up. So I mean, it would
It's
it
so
would,
many of them
screw.
too, man.
Yeah, and it would screw the authenticity up if they did that. So I'm glad they kept it to true fashion there for the Macho Man. You flip this figure over though, and of course it tells you where he's from, Sarasota, Florida. His weight was 237 pounds. He was 6'2". Career highlights: WWE champ, Intercontinental champ, and a Hall of Fame inductee. It says here Macho King shattered his Royal Rumble, I'm sorry, Macho King shattered his royal scepter over Ultimate Warrior's head, costing him his rival the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble '91. So definitely a good call there, Johnny Podcasting. That's why you're the Encyclopedia of Wrestling. And yeah, that's this first figure here, man. The best for first. They definitely knocked it out of the park. Target came out with the Hall of Fame series that was exclusive to them, and they had a Macho King that came out that was decent, but it just lacked something. I don't know what it was. It just the body type, something was off. But I would definitely say they redeemed themselves with this figure. What about you?
It's beautiful, man. From what I've seen in all the pictures and stuff, I've looked at all the upgrades on it and everything that they have, and it's a beautiful figure, man. They really did a nice job on this. I love the color scheme on it. I love this aspect of his career. In fact, this was my favorite year in the Macho Man's career of all the things that he did. I loved the feud, the career versus career match. I loved how they started this angle off, and I love the culmination at WrestleMania 7 and what it leads to the next year. So they just did a perfect job on this. Like, it's spot on to that thing. You can go look at the pictures for yourself to see how spot on it is of it. And I've been trying to put these pictures into the videos that you guys have been seeing. I take some of these outfits for some of these things, or where this started, for the characters that they're putting in these different collections, and I put them in the video so you guys can see what the character looks like that they developed in the fig to what the actual character was. This was spot on to Macho Man. This was really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, man. And moving along with this series though, because that is definitely not the only one there. That is definitely not the only one there. We will go on to the next one. We'll go to the least favorite of the bunch, in my opinion, and this may be different for you, but this is definitely the least favorite of mine.
I know it's gonna
Just
be.
because I'm not a huge fan of the guy, but it is the one, the only ECW champion at the time, Bobby Lashley. The reason why I didn't like this figure is they kind of mixed time frames of this guy in particular. This was not his getup, from what I remember, when he won the ECW championship. I don't think he was to the point of wearing the headband and all that shit yet. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But the only way you could get this ECW title was actually through getting the CM Punk that I had on the previous episode there. That's one of the only ways of getting this particular version of that belt. But now that they have another one out there, that's pretty damn cool in my opinion. That belt's a great looking belt, and it's good to have in your collection. His attire is what it is. It's a bland black tights, that he wears, and then of course the headband. They did a good job on positioning the figure in there, in my opinion. You know, his stance and everything that he does when he comes out in the entrance. They give you clenched fists for his hand change out, which is pretty damn cool. Of course, you flip it to the side there, you get an iconic picture of Bobby Lashley, and I'll go ahead and read the back there for you. He's from Colorado Springs, 273 pounds, 6'3". He was an Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, ECW Champion. This says here, an explosive thoroughbred with the championship pedigree. Lashley defended the ECW title against Test at the Royal Rumble in 2007. So this is basically what that figure's based off of right there.
Yep, that's his 2007 title thing against Test right there. I didn't remember it, to be honest with you, at all when I was doing a little research on it. I don't remember them having a feud or anything. But, you know, that was at the end stages of the ECW run when they were really on their last year or so. And I like the belt on that that ECW actually had for that. I thought that was a cool belt that they had. But when I looked at the characters too, this was the second most underwhelming one out of the group here that they had for me. I don't rank it the lowest, but it definitely, the bottom two for me don't even compare to the number 1 and 2. So this is a nice one. No, don't get me wrong. I think it's really nice. I'll definitely pick this up soon, but it does leave a little bit to be desired to me in this one.
Yeah, you know, I wish they would have swapped him out for maybe Kane, who has the most eliminations in Royal Rumble history. I think that would have been a good fit. But hey, you know, that's why the marketing geniuses make more money than I do. So what do I know, right?
Yeah.
So
they know what they're doing, I guess, on something. You don't see a ton of characters for fakes for Lashley, so maybe they were trying to put something a little bit different out there.
Yeah, definitely. He's a current star, so I kind of get all that, you know. But moving on to the next one here, we are going to go ahead and go with Lita. And the reason why I like this one is we get so many Team Extreme Litas. And this is the first time that we've gotten an Edge rated R superstar version of Lita. And that was a very underrated time in her career, in my opinion. I think she did a great job. I think Edge's performances wouldn't have been as good as they were if not for the backstory of Lita and Matt Hardy and all that stuff. So I think that definitely helped that along. This particular figure looks great. They had, of course, her head scan for that time era with the long bangs and everything like that. They got a head switch out in case you want the classic Lita head there up at the top right corner, probably your top left. Another cool thing about this figure is she has a chain right there on her pants. I think that was pretty nice touch there. And then she's got some clenched fists for the hand switch out. I'll go ahead and read the back here. She's from Sanford, North Carolina. She's 5'6". They didn't give her weight. Career highlights: women's champion. She's a Hall of Fame inductee. Lita was a key component in Edge's game plan to hold on to the WWE Championship against Cena at the Royal Rumble in 2006. So that's what this getup is based off of here.
Yeah, so I really like this. I really like this one, Richie, but it's probably on the line my least favorite one on the line. Not because it's bad or anything. It's just maybe it was because I wasn't a huge Lita fan or anything like that. I do like the reversible or the two interchangeable heads and the chain. It's a nice looking figure for sure. I don't know. There's just something that's just the women figures sometimes for some of the women figures, they don't come across always perfectly. And this one just maybe in the proportion on the body on it a little bit just didn't come across the perfect way to me. It's still gorgeous though. I'm still going to pick it up. But it's probably my least favorite one. Really close with Lashley. But when I say least favorite one, I want to stress it's all these are beautiful in this collection and in this line. It's a hard choice to make.
Yeah, the head scans in this, that's why I like this one though. Is because like you said, most of the women's figures they don't look, you know, right in some ways. Like they don't look like
weird Barbie dolls sometimes, right?
Yeah, and you know, these two head scans that they did are probably the best women's head scans that I've seen. Like if you look at that there, that's just incredible, bro.
Yeah, they're very accurate. I've seen Alexa Bliss's recently, and it's one of the worst like facial scans I've seen on some of the Alexa Blisses that have been done. And the same thing with the body there. The Lita facial scan on that was really fucking good.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course we're gonna save not the best, but you know, definitely second best, the great one, for last. And this one here, I think they did a great job on. mainly because the spinner belt looks so fucking amazing in this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the figure
Oh,
now. It's
that's
a
cute,
great one,
man.
The Rock.
I love that figure, man.
Yeah, this one here is great. It's updated to his tattoos that he currently has, besides the new Brahma Bull one, of course. But just a great one, man. No pun intended there. This here says he's from Miami, Florida. Of course, he's 260 pounds at 6'5". His career highlights are WWE champ, Intercontinental champ, World Tag Team champ. And this here is based on when the Great One returned to the millions and millions of The Rock's fans to layeth the SmackDown and capture his 8th WWE Championship at Royal Rumble 2013. If I remember correctly, it was against CM Punk, but I may be mistaken.
Nope, you're correct. It was against CM Punk.
Yep. And if
Yep.
you're looking closely there, that head scan is just beautiful in
Mm-hmm.
itself. You look at that spinner belt. I'd say that's the best spinner belt to come out to date as far as figures are concerned.
Do those belts really spin?
I don't know. This one very well could. It definitely looks like it could. Maybe not. Maybe not. Actually, I doubt it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they ever did make one that actually did that stuff. Because they're so meticulous about the details on the characters and the things that they put out. I could just see that as being something they do in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at these pictures here, just
Yeah.
capturing that iconic moment when he went out in his entrance and everything like that. Man, this was a great time in my opinion for WWE because, you know, The Rock was coming back, and a lot of people said that it was going to be for a part-time basis. So it was very shocking when he got the WWE Championship back and around his waist. Nobody expected CM Punk to lose to him. So, I'm just, that was a great time for me because it kind of brought the Attitude Era back, even for a moment. We capture
Hmm.
those moments and we want to hold on to them. So, definitely
Yep.
a good time. Great figure. Encapsulated the moment. And this Royal Rumble series, man, I can't say it enough. It's phenomenal. They did a great job and I hope they continue it. But I will critique it with the fact that I hope in the future they do people who have records in the actual gimmick Royal Rumble
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, I agree with you. I yeah, it's hard to say. But I wish they would have I like Target, but man, I'm telling you, I called, I stopped, I looked at all the different ones that were around here for it. Talk about when I've seen this a lot since I started collecting now months ago. When you go and look, they either have the worst characters on the shelf anywhere where I'm at. I'm just, maybe it's other places is different, but where I live in New York, man, or anywhere remotely close, whether it's Target or Walmart or one of those types of stores that has a distributorship. I guess Walgreens has a distributorship with them too, which I heard
Yeah, they
today.
do. I,
Okay,
I actually have the exclusive DX figures from them.
that's interesting. I'm gonna have to check Walgreens out because we got a bunch of them around here now that I know that. I didn't know that till the other day. But man, they do a really crappy job of keeping the shelves stocked with this stuff. And all it is junky old ones or basics, that, real collectors, people that really get the stuff are never gonna want. I get why they got the basics in there too. And they're not saying the basics aren't good, but like they have these exclusive lines because this is exclusive to Target, right?
Yeah, yeah. The Royal Rumble Elites took over for the Hall of Fame series that they had previously. So
Yeah. And how could you not have them out there for people to actually be able to go and purchase them then? Like I went there and they weren't even on the shelves
yeah,
yet because you look at the barcode and the barcode tells you what it is, that what's over there. There's a description of it. And they were just all these old ones. I was kind of blown away by that. I was like, you're releasing a new line today and you don't even have the stuff that's out there for your line. It's something I'd like to see the stores that have distributorship deals with them like actually improve on.
yeah. I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, I got to give them credit. It was only out for a week.
Hmm.
But then you give people the chance to scalp and do what they did online on eBay there. That poor bastard that paid $225 is probably, kicking himself in the ass for doing that because you could have got it for $20 maybe a week or two later. So things like that happens in the fig life. That's just part of it.
Hmm.
Um, but that makes the hunt even better because I'll tell you what, man, when I got my hands on this whole series, I was skipping and hopping to the cash register and
Yeah,
and
you called
give.
me right when you picked them up, man.
I was so happy
I
to
know you are. I was like, that's awesome.
yeah. I mean, and to be able to grab you one too, that's just, it made me happy that day. So definitely a good time. I was at work. It was probably something I shouldn't have been doing at the time, but hey, man, We do what we have to do to get our figs, right?
Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny is this is actually my first Macho Man figure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been bidding on several of them for a while. I never win the bid out. It gets a little too pricey for me for some of the ones I really want. I really want his one for the WrestleMania 7 get up. I believe that's defining moments that's one of his defining moments if I remember correctly.
Is that the white and purple outfit there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a great
Like
figure.
all customed out, man, but they go for some pricey bucks on those ones sometimes.
Yeah, I saw one
So
for $65 today.
yeah, they can. That's cheap compared to what I've seen them at, man. I've seen them on eBay over 100 plus at certain points. So I want that one really bad. So you got me my first Macho Man, and anybody that knows me well knows what a Macho Man fan I am. He's one of my all-time favorites. So I am excited to get it and definitely appreciate it. I love it. Good line by them. I'll definitely be scoring all these ones up too because it's nice. You know, I got for my score of the week here, man, and it's once again we go back to. So I'll close out the show by this: is that we always say that you just got to keep an eye out for stuff, and if you do, and you go on these auctions and these bids that are on eBay, you can pick up something for next to nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you might have to pay like $9 to $10 in shipping and handling. And when people complain about that, the shipping and handling rates, let me tell you, because we sell also, $9 to $10 is a very cheap shipping rate compared to
Yeah.
what you get out there. I sent a package out today to somebody and that ordered some of just a bunch of old loose figures that I didn't want. Literally, it cost me $13 to do it. The whole sale was, $23 or something that I sold it for with
Made
shipping.
$10.
Yeah, I made $10 to push the thing out. So when you see the shipping prices sometimes for people for like $9-10, it's not as bad as you think because it's very expensive to ship things. So wanted to throw that out there because I picked this score of the week up and I picked it up for $1.25 plus
Wow.
$10 shipping and handling. So it cost me $11.25 with taxes. I think it was like $11.90 or something like that. And I've been eyeballing this for a while and I just haven't grabbed it because I've seen them up there. I didn't want to pay the full price for them, and I just saw it on bid, and I was like, $1.25 plus 10 in shipping. Yeah, I'll put it on there. I'm sure somebody will outbid me. I was gonna go up to like $15 or something on it, but nobody outbid me. There was no other bids on it, so I got. You mentioned the X belt earlier for NXT, and I love this character. He's doing a really great job, bang up job on TV again, and he's been one of my favorites for many, many years. And I got the NXT version of Samoa Joe.
Ooh, that is a great one there, man. That belt is freaking awesome.
Yep.
Not to mention, you got the yellow and black trunks. He used to wear those same trunks in TNA. He got his iconic towel around his neck too. That's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah, do you have this one?
I do not have this one. This was a GameStop exclusive, if I remember
Gotcha.
correctly.
Yeah, I believe it was. And let's see, I don't know if it says it. No, it doesn't. But I believe you're right when I read some stuff on this actual, some of this line, because I like to check on the lines and kind of see where they're at and stuff. But I think you're right. But once again, you know way better than I do. So if you say it's true, then I'm going to go with that one, man. This came in flawless shape to me. Like, there's no bust on the box. There's no fraying up top. The only thing that they did that I didn't like was um, just to make sure, because some of these, like right here in the seams where you open it and pop it out, sometimes those get loose on figures or anything else in life. So they decided to put tape over one of them just to keep it so it didn't ever pop out. It's never been opened, and you can see it's never been opened. You can tell when somebody's pulled it out of the package and opened it. I'll just say that,
Hmm.
it's somebody did that to me the other week there and tried to throw it in and act like I wouldn't see, and I caught it in about 10 seconds. And I let them know right afterwards. And what's done is done. But I took it right out. I actually threw the box out because it was so damaged in there to me. And it's a Randy Orton actually with this black RKO shirt. But
That's a
this
sweet
one's
one.
never. It is nice. I really wish the box wouldn't have been fucked up and one of the attachments to it wouldn't have been gone. So either way, I got a freebie out of it the next time from the person to make up for it. But whatever. It happens sometimes. This has never been out. I just didn't like the fact that they put tape over the seam because if you ever try to take tape off, you'll rip the cardboard off with it most of the time. It's almost impossible to get it off correctly without damaging the box. So I can't complain. I got it for $125 plus 10 in shipping and handling. So really, I can't say anything wrong about it, though. It's in flawless shape. The shipper was great, very good about putting it out. It came out protected. I love the belt on this, but I love the facial scan on this as well with him. It's very realistic looking to how he is, and I like the towel thing that they did. So it was a
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. It was very, very good in general. Good pickup there for a very inexpensive price. And you too can find things at an inexpensive price if you go out and seek them out, just like we do. Well, Richie, we got to quote the great Tony Schiavone as we always do. And we got to say we're out of time for this episode, but we're going to be back with many more new episodes almost every single day here. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out. Follow us on Twitter if you'd like. DMs are open. You can see him right at the bottom of the screen. _Reardon for Richie. REARDON. And then you can find me at WWR Podcast on Twitter. DMs are open. And here's our emails too for you guys. RickyBobby1112@gmail.com. And mine is wwrpodcast.com@gmail.com. And check out our website, rcpodnetwork.com. And you can find our store on there where we're going to be uploading a bunch of stuff over the next couple of weeks here and getting everything going on it. We got it picked out. We're just going to upload it. So check it out, follow it out. And once again, we appreciate all your support. We will catch you guys back again. Definitely probably tomorrow, whenever you view this. You just know there's a bunch of stuff out there in the archives for you to go back and look at. So thank you, everybody. And just a reminder to everybody, Richie, we always have to remind them too, if you're with us, you're in the Figure World Order right with us here. And always know that when you're with us and you're rolling with the Figure World Order, man, it's for life.